Good morning. I want to welcome everybody to New Moon Manifesting. Today is May 4th, and I thought it was an appropriate day. I'm glad that we actually have the new moon today that we can talk about, but we will be setting our intentions and give you some information about this new moon, as well as some significant players that are really up-leveling our lives. So if you've got a lot of transitions that are taking place in your life, you're going to want to take some notes so that you can navigate this energy to your highest good. So let me set up here with a screen share. And let's go here and present. All right, so this Taurus new moon, this is all about new beginnings. And Taurus is, all new moons are about new beginnings. We have the earth and the sun in the same astrological sign. So we feel more unified. There's less energetic pull on our psyche when we have a new moon. And this one being in the springtime in the Northern Hemisphere, it's about planting new seeds. And Taurus is an earth energy. And so we really want to create a strong foundation. We want to have those deep roots that really support our overall growth. If you think about a tree, it has to have really deep roots to be able to support the canopy overhead. So if you've got some big goals that you're setting or maybe working towards, making sure that the foundation is really solid with this new moon is going to help you in really expanding in all directions. It's taking place today at 6:37 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:37 p.m. on the West Coast here. And as an earth sign, it's about getting grounded. So when we're over processing and thinking in our heads all the time, we often become very ungrounded and kind of flighty. And we want to make sure that we are anchoring our ideas and our information into the physical body and into the physical earth. And we will actually do that during our meditation today to give you a sense of what that feels like. As an earth sign, it really helps us, Taurus helps us in creating in physical form. So the air signs, we have all of our ideas. The fire signs are about taking action. And then earth signs are about bringing our ideas to fruition. So as you're setting your intentions, you may have certain goals that you actually attain this during this cycle, or ones that you're just planting the seeds for. But just recognize that all of the earth signs, the Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn signs help us in bringing things into that physical form. Now, Taurus is a very it heightens our senses, and it's a very sensual energy. It's about beauty and love and our values, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But this is a really highly, deeply sensual time. So take note to things that heighten your senses, and really make note and take notes on what that is so that you can expand that and recognize what you find as being beautiful. So I called this new moon the hone and tone, because this is a time where if we are honing our senses, we're going to be able to heighten them. And we'll talk specifically about Uranus and its influence on our senses. We're also in this Taurus energy, we're talking about our finances. So you may have an opportunity to create a new budget, or to at least observe what you're doing with your finances so that you can have new financial goals. As I mentioned before, it's a heightened time of your senses. So take note of your 5 senses as well as your intuitive sense, and use this time to really expand those. Now, self-worth is a really big thing with the Taurus energy, because if we are not valuing ourselves, then it's hard for us to attract back to us the things that that we really want to manifest. And this also influences, what are your values? What values are really important to you so that you can focus on those and tone those up into your favor. As I mentioned, the sun and the moon are going to be in the same sign, Taurus, and we also have Uranus, and actually the sun and moon are sandwiching Uranus in this new moon. Now, Uranus has moved into Taurus. I've talked about this for the past couple of new moons, and it moved into Taurus a couple of months ago, and it's going to stay there for the next 7 years. Now, Taurus is the rebellion. It is innovative. It is the higher mind of God. It is bringing out, sudden changes in our lives. So don't be surprised if something changes and moves you in a completely different direction. You may have innovative ideas related to your finances and maybe a creative way of getting out of a specific financial position that you're in right now. As I mentioned, it enhances your senses, and this includes your sense of intuition. So one thing that I wanted to mention with your intuition is we often discount our intuition because the rational mind goes in and starts analyzing it, right? So when we have a thought or a feeling about something, that gut response, go with it. That is your intuition guiding and directing you. It's going to show up in a more subtle form than you may expect. So just recognize that that gut instinct is your higher self giving you guidance and direction. And if you follow it, you're going to be led on a specific path. So as soon as we go into the rational mind of analyzing it or thinking about it, we immediately shut down our intuition. So Uranus is really helping us expand that intuition. So practice with it, play with it, just like anything else. It's something that you have to hone in and really work on to get better in trusting your intuition. Since Taurus also rules money, this relates to your career. So there could be a revolution that's taking place within your career or within you personally. I brought the word up, rebellion. This is all about new. So your soul may be rebelling because it's fighting against your ego self, trying to get you in a specific direction. Again, take some quiet time. Make sure you're listening to your inner guidance and following whatever your soul is guiding you towards doing. A couple other points with Uranus in Taurus is really, what do you value, right? Like a lot of times we equate our personal value with how much money we're making, or maybe you're focused on what matters most to other people and not to you. So this is going to be a time where you can really tune into, what do I really value? For me, I value my time, my personal time. That's one of the most important things in the world. Or in a relationship, I value that person spending time with me. So it's tuning into what you value most and really focusing on setting your goals and intentions related to those specific elements. So I wanted to pull up a birth chart to show you, because one of the best things that you can do in working with any of the lunar cycles is to know where the new moon is falling in your specific birth chart. So for this person, I pulled this chart. The yellow ring shows all the astrology signs. So here we have Taurus, the bull, right? And we've got the sun here and the moon's over here, and then Uranus is right here in the middle. So for this person, it is taking place in their third house. So one thing that you can do is, once you find out where this is taking place, and I have a short video, I believe it was in the last email that I sent out, but there's a short video that shows you how to pull your astrology birth chart with transits. These outer planets on the very outer ring, these are where the planets are today. So these ones on the inner ring, these are where the planets were when you were born. So it has, I look at astrology as a snapshot in time, right? Like if you took a picture of yourself today, it's going to be different from where you are 5 years from now. So what this does is it gives you a framework to help you understand some of the trends that are taking place in your life. And then you can make choices to help you navigate whatever you're working on. So Taurus taking place in the third house, this is about creating practical and constructive methods, systems that are moving you in a specific direction. The third house relates to communication, being social, writing, speaking, these types of things. So Taurus can really help push any of those projects forward. Maybe you want to speak more or have a group of people that you're leading, and this would be an opportunity for you to set that intention and move forward with it. It also helps with social growth, right? So if you're if your goal is to have more friends or create a stronger network, this would be a really good new moon to set an intention around that. Now, with this third house in Taurus, it's about handling the dull details, right? Like Taurus, the bull is constantly moving forward step by step. It's not getting distracted. And people with this taking place in the third house are more easily able to handle some of those day-to-day routine details. Also, financial gain related to speaking, communicating in some way, whether it's writing or teaching in some capacity. So again, find out where Taurus is falling in your chart and which house it's falling in. You can do a quick Google search of Taurus in 6th house and find out what that means for you, and as well as Uranus in that house to show you what's going to take place for the next 7 years, because Taurus, Uranus is an outer planet and it takes a while to move through this. And so you want to really make the most of it. And that leads me to good vibe money. So I am a former tax accountant. I've been playing with money my entire life. Money fascinates me, not from a greed perspective, but I really love the game of money. And money does become a game. And I've taught this program called Transform Your Money Story for a couple of years. This year, I'm switching up the name a little bit to Good Vibe Money because everything I'm doing has good vibes to it. And with this program, I'm teaching people how to understand not only the physical elements of money and how to physically deal with it, because we have the day-to-day stuff that we have to focus on with money, but also the energetic side, right? So if we go back to Uranus being in Taurus, about our values, how we value ourselves. If we don't have a very high value of ourselves, it's going to be difficult for us to attract money to us. And next week, running from Monday through Sunday, is a free 7-day Good Vibe Money challenge. So if you're interested in that, there's a link in the email. It's a Facebook group. If you're not on my email list, you can go to Good Vibe Money 7-Day Challenge, and I will add you to the group. Now, I really want to help people, and I've helped some amazing people get their finances in order and create incredible goals around their finances. And my purpose and passion is really, it's not just about the money. Like I said, it's not a greed thing, but it's getting people out of scarcity mode, as well as overcoming not only their fears and limitations around money, but past programming, right? Like we have our family that has thoughts, feelings, and emotions around money and success and personal value. And for us to actually achieve more, we need to clear out the clutter. And this new moon is going to be a great one to clear out that clutter and move us into a direction that supports us in attracting more of the good stuff we want to us. So goals you can set for this new moon. First of all, with it being an earth energy, this is going to be a great time to set an intention around Mother Earth. Maybe you use reusable bags instead of getting plastic bags or paper bags at the grocery store. My daughter has a hydro flask that in order for her to purchase a coffee or a tea, she will not use reusable cups. So she will take her hydro flask to the coffee shop to get that. So think about a goal that you can set around Mother Earth and helping elevate her vibration by taking care of her. Second goal you can set is around your finances. Have a specific goal. If you don't have a goal around money, then money will just flow through your life and you'll wonder what will happen. When I was a tax accountant, I would get the same response every single year from people. I made that much money, where did it all go, right? So obviously we have living expenses and ongoing things that we have to pay for, but when you understand where your money is going, money is an energy. Where your attention goes, your energy and money will flow. So if you want to create something different in your life, then find a way of managing your finances. And then the third thing is raising your personal values. This includes your self-worth, your self-confidence, and understanding what is most important to you. With our chakra system, one of the key things that I find, and I found this in my own journey as well, is I literally wanted to escape this physical world, right? It's very dense, it's heavy, it really weighs us down, and we are light beings, right? Like our soul is immortal and it is in this dense, heavy, third dimensional energy. And so when I would do meditation or prayer or yoga, I use those as sort of an escape, right? So that I wouldn't feel the denseness of this energy. But what I have found is we need to connect with our higher self in whatever capacity that is for us. But then we need to anchor and ground that energy into our physical body, as well as integrating it into the physical earth. So we're not becoming this separated being, we're really becoming holistic, where we're bringing that heaven to earth, we're bringing the higher vibrations into our physical body and changing the chemistry and the components of our body and anchoring it into physical earth. So when you're going through whatever your spiritual practice is, make note of that. Make sure that you're bringing it back into the physical body and then anchoring that energy. I usually anchor it into the center of the earth, and we'll do that with today's meditation. For those of you who love essential oils like I do, here are some recommendations for this new moon. I love the earth element. So we've got myrrh, we've got vetiver, we've got patchouli. All of these oils are about physicality, physical earth. Both vetiver and myrrh smell like sort of moist dirt to me. It reminds me of mushroom dirt, right? Just that very fertile field that we're planting our intentions with. If you're looking to expand your creativity and add more spice to your life and get more fire going, then cinnamon, clove, ginger, these are those spice oils that bring that spice to life. And then one of my favorites to boost self-confidence, self-worth, self-assurance is bergamot. It is a citrus oil and very uplifting and invigorating. And I'm going to add also wild orange because it's the oil of abundance. And the Taurus New Moon is about creating that abundant, fertile field where we can plant our seeds. And then finally, doTERRA's Anchor Blend. This is a blend of, I think there's 8 different essential oils in it, but it helps ground things in physical form and anchor you to the earth. It's one that I use on my tailbone every single morning to make sure that I'm anchored and grounded and present in my physical body. If you need more information about essential oils, you can hop on or stay on the call. I'll talk a little bit more about these specific oils as well as which ones you're attracted to, or you can contact me at healing@newmoonmanifesting.com for more info. All right, so I want to open up, let me stop sharing here. All right, I'm going to unmute. If you do have background noise, if you'll mute yourself, that'd be great. I just want to open up the lines for any questions you have about this new moon, maybe specific intentions that you're setting. And I'm going to grab a drink of water. Anyone want to share what they're manifesting or setting their intentions around for this new moon?
I have a question.
Yes, darling.
Okay, this is Patrice. I'm calling from Maryland. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Patrice.
So I agree that the Taurus New Moon is earthy and related to all things earthy, but do you ever get into how it affects each different astrological sign or just the actual sign itself of Taurus? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's in my 5th house. It's in my 5th house, and I feel like my goals are for relationships, and not just relationships with people, but with myself, with money, with, you know, with the earth, like you said. So mine is a very relationship oriented place. And I look back the last time the moon was in this particular, the new moon was in this particular degree in Taurus was in May 1997, almost exactly to the day. And I can look back at that and say, oh my God, these are all the things that happened, and they were so wonderful. And so I'm kind of going on that theme.
Right. I think that's beautiful. And I'm glad that you bring that up, because looking back at the trends of where certain things take place is really supportive of, you know, maybe taking our life to the next level or seeing how you've grown since 1997 obviously was, what, 22 years ago. So
Right.
it's been a while. So you've gone through a lot of growth and you've seen progress. And you're right, the fifth house is about love. It's about not only projecting love, but loving yourself in a very regal way, because it is that fun loving kind of Leo energy. So I would look at that and say, okay, my mantra is, how does it get any better than this, right? So
Right.
if it was good back in 1997, how can you make that even better? What things are
Right.
taking place in your life, and how can you have more fun? Because obviously we get kind of weighed down by life and everything that kind of happens. And how can you unwind that and open up to allow more fun, more creativity, more expansion, more of your regal self to shine forth? So is there anything coming to mind specifically around that?
Right, exactly. And the funny thing is that so many areas in my life at that time had all come together with regard to relationships. I got remarried. I got stepkids in addition to my kids. I got a job where I was able to express my creativity and make money off of that creativity. And, so I look at that and I think, wow, and I was really getting into the organic and essential oils and things like that. So there's a whole synergy of relationships to money, to people, to children, to myself with my creativity. And I really am excited about this new moon, and I'm glad that you're having this class. And I am going to wait till the end to see more about your essential oils, because I'll tell you what, with essential oils, and I'm just going to do this real quick and then get off because I know other people probably have things to say, but I grew up in Florida, and night blooming jasmine was a big thing for me. When I smell jasmine,
Oh God, I know, it smells
when
so
I smell
good.
jasmine, I go all the way back to, being little. I'm running around and playing football with all the boys and make me play, whether they want me to or not. But that fierceness. But now with my grandson, he has a lot of issues with sleeping, and I've been using essential oils for that. And I'm looking for a pure blend because I'm going to the grocery store. So it's no accident that I'm on here today. And I wanted to ask about that when the time is appropriate.
Yes, we can talk about that right after this call with the essential oil piece. So,
Okay.
but thank you for bringing that up, because our sense of smell is such a powerful, it is the most powerful sense that we have, and
Mhm.
how it can, like you said, it brings you back in a split second whenever you smell jasmine, right?
And fills me with joy. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
so
great
that
feeling.
fun and the joy and the playfulness and the hot summer nights and everything that you experienced as a result of that. And they can be used to program us too, right? So
Yes.
even if we have like the oil of abundance, wild orange, one of my favorites, very uplifting, stimulates serotonin production, which is your feel-good neurotransmitter. And if you're looking for more abundance in your life, anchoring your intentions with an essential oil. So I just put a drop in my hand and cup my nose, my hands over my nose and mouth, and I breathe it in as I'm saying my mantra or my intention for the day. And it will help anchor your physical body with what you're trying to manifest. It's one of the most powerful tools to help you in creating or attracting more to you. So thank you for bringing that up, because
I agree. I mean, everybody these days, some of the key words are, raise your vibration. Well, that's exactly what these things do.
they do.
They raise your vibration. And that, people say, how do I do that? How do I feel that way? Well, take a whiff.
Just breathe it in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Off the bottle and breathe it in. I know,
Yep.
and they work with our body's chemistry to help balance it, because the challenge is we're bombarded with so much stress and dis-ease in the world that we need to have some tools that bring us back into that homeostasis point. And the nice thing about essential oils, and I'm sorry, I feel like we're turning this into essential oil class, but I
Right.
just want to mention that, if you can grab something like at work and all of a sudden you're stressed out and you grab a bottle of something and breathe it in, within 10 seconds, it calms your body down. And,
Right.
it's not like, oh, when I go home, I'm going to meditate. No, we have to be present in the moment, right? Like everything we're doing right now, the more present we are with connecting with our higher self in an ongoing fashion, and not just in this formal, when I'm in meditation or whatever, that's going to support you in ultimately achieving more. You'll get more
Right.
answers. You'll be in that fluid zone. and be able to, you know, receive all of the information that you need. Those are the things that are going to help you raise your vibration overall.
Right. And I think what people don't realize is these oils, they're bottled senses, they're bottled scents that we use to experience on a daily basis. I remember when I used to work, when I was stressed, I'd go out, we had a garden.
Yes.
And you could, smells would help you. We don't have that anymore. We're not, quote unquote, smelling the roses. Like when I was a kid in Florida, you could smell all the scents around you. Everything is so industrialized now, it's hard to get that. And so I think essential oils are imperative in bringing that back. You know,
it is. It's bringing that
so many places where we don't have it.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
No, this is great. No, this is why I love the spontaneity of, you know, because I obviously set an intention with the class, but I'm always open to wherever it goes. So I really appreciate your enthusiasm because it's my passion too. You know, my whole passion is to help people raise their vibe so that they get what they want out of life. And I found essential oils I've been using them for over 20 years and found that they were the primary key to me getting out of the places, you know, the dark places that we all experience and the challenges that we all experience, because we all have difficult emotions. And instead of stuffing them down, we need to release them and embrace whatever we've experienced so that we can move forward without feeling victimized. So it's just an ongoing tool that helps us and honors our physical body in a way that we actually give it the time and space to release whatever we've gone through. So,
and the anchoring is key too, that you said, because once you anchor a thought or feeling to that scent, every time you smell it, even without having that intention, the intention comes back anyway.
Thank you, Patrice. You're awesome.
You just make it stronger. I mean, look, if I can smell jasmine and go back 50 years, okay, this is 50 years I'm going back. It's like, come on. I mean, it's incredible. And I hope that everybody is more interested in it and takes advantage of what the positive things that can happen from using these scents.
Absolutely.
So I really am done. Please mute me because I never know when to shut up.
We'll talk more.
Okay.
And I have a question. Please help me set improving relationships around area of love and marriage. So she's driving right now. So the most important thing, especially with this new moon, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, right? So Venus is the planet of love and money. And for us to have better relationships with anyone outside of us, we need to have a better relationship within. That means we need to love ourselves unconditionally. I actually saw a post from one of my clients this morning. It had a picture of her, and it talked about all the negative things, how I've beat you up, I've done all of these horrible things to you, blah, blah, blah. And it's true, right? Like, we are our own worst enemies in life, and we need to get to a place of self-love so that we can expand and attract to us that loving, compassionate relationship that we're looking for. Otherwise, we're going to attract back to us, again, that vibration, whatever we're projecting. So if we're projecting fear of being loved, or fear of being desired or wanted or valued, or whatever that fear is, we're going to attract back to us opportunities for us to overcome that fear. So we learn from opposition. So if you want something better in your life, it needs to start from within. So find ways of taking care of yourself. Positive self-care is absolutely vital. And not just on occasion. I know we're all busy, but finding something every day. It can be simple pleasures such as having a cup of tea and sitting down for a half hour, or taking a walk in nature, or, you know, whatever it is, but really focus on positive self-care so that you're projecting from a place of self-love, and then you're going to attract back to you someone who is also in a place of self-love. So I would set your intentions specifically around that so that you're attracting back to you that specific relationship. All right, other questions or comments? And realize that you may be muted. If you need to raise your hand so that I can unmute you specifically, that's fine. Anyone? Going once? Going twice? All right, then I'm going to mute everybody out. We're going to do a brief meditation to set some intentions. Even if you don't have a specific goal set for this new moon, we're going to do some clearing, energy clearing work to help bring your body into balance and really bring you back into your physical body. Because as I mentioned before, we overprocess things, we end up in our heads, and it literally is like a helium balloon where we're floating above the earth. And we want to be able to bring our intentions into the physical body, into physical form. And sometimes it feels like a very heavy, dense energy, but yet it's learning how to navigate both the spiritual side and the physical side so that we are that conduit for heaven on earth. So let me mute everybody out here. There we go. All right, hopefully you're in a place that you can be free from distractions for the next few minutes. And let's just go ahead and close our eyes. And let's begin with some deep breathing. Breathing in through the nose all the way down to the belly. And exhale through the mouth. Breathing in deeply, allowing new life, new prana coming into the lungs. And as you exhale, release any tension you're holding in the neck, the shoulders, the head. Maybe you gently move your head in a circle, just releasing all that tension. Breathing in love and light into your lungs. And letting go as you breathe out any stress, tension, relaxing the shoulders, releasing any tension you're holding in your upper back. Just using your breath. Continue to breathe deeply and rhythmically, allowing the muscles around your eyes and your jaw to relax and be soft. Feeling your chest rise and fall. Releasing any tension you're holding in your hips, the mid-body, your abdomen. Just allow everything to be soft and relaxed at this moment. Breathing in relaxation, breathing out tension. Allowing your arms and legs to be heavy and relaxed. And imagine that we're coming together as a group in a circle on the beach. And as we're holding hands, we're breathing together. Breathing in love. Breathing out stress and tension. Breathing in joy. And breathing out and continue to breathe deeply, connecting with your chest, specifically your heart, and feel yourself breathing through your heart. Your chest easily rises and falls with each breath. And imagine this beautiful golden sunlight in the center of your chest. It's radiating and vibrating this beautiful golden white light. And imagine playfully scooping up a piece of that energy, that light, and throwing it up through the crown of your head as it connects with Father Sky. And the energy as it connects with Father Sky comes back down through the crown of your head and into your heart, amplifying the vibration and the energy within your heart. And imagine taking another piece of light from your heart. And this time we're going to send it down through the bottom of your feet, down into the earth, reaching the crystalline structure, the center of the earth. And just like bouncing on a trampoline, Mother Earth amplifies that energy, sending that light and vibration back up through the earth, coming up through the bottom of your feet and back into the center of your chest. And feel your vibration expand. It's moving in all directions. It's dancing and radiating, elevating your vibration. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. This energy is working through you, just like a figure 8, moving up to heaven, down through your heart, down to the earth, back up through your heart. Just imagine this string of light moving through your body and just allowing it to move without any resistance. You're in a space that's safe and protected. You're in a field of unconditional love. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. And imagine for a moment you're in a fertile field. The field has been plowed. It's been enriched with nutrients. All the furrows are in place, ready to plant new seeds. And this Taurus New Moon energy is the perfect fertile field to plant what intentions you anticipate to grow. And you're standing in front of this field with a sense of reverence and awe for the place that you're in your life right now, as well where things are going. And think about an intention you want to set for this new moon. You may have something specific, or it may be just a general intention. But just hold that vision within your mind. See yourself achieving whatever it is. Attracting the perfect resources, the people or person who will support you. Just hold that intention in your mind. And imagine you have that seed within your hand. And you're infusing that seed with your intention. And see yourself digging down into the earth, making a little hole for the seed to get dropped into. And see yourself letting go of that seed. And as you let go, it's falling into your heart. That beautiful, expansive energy within your heart. The vibration is nurturing, loving, supportive. It envelops your seed with this beautiful white light. And recognize you are enough. You deserve to receive this gift. And see yourself covering your seedling with the fertile, moist soil. And as you do this, the energy begins to move down your body into your solar plexus, the sacral center, into your root chakra, and envision roots going into the earth, beginning to gather the nutrients, information, tools, resources, skills, whatever you need to bring this goal to fruition. And feel the great love that Mother Earth and Father Sky have for you. That you're supported unconditionally. And feel the great love that your guides and your ancestors have for you. And imagine that they're encircling you at this moment, holding hands, projecting their unconditional love and support for your goal. You are the divine connection between heaven and earth. And it's here to support you in all capacities. Where there's been struggle in the past, see yourself receiving more. Where there's been difficulty, see your load being lightened. Feel within your physical body the lightness, the enlightening that's taking place. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. And now that your intentions have been planted, make sure that you're tending to your goals, pulling the weeds, such as doubt, fear, negativity. Only you can pull those from your mind. Allowing more space and light to come within you as you pull the old programming from your system. And connect with your heart again, breathing through your heart, bringing awareness to your physical body, beginning to bring yourself back into physical form, wiggling your fingers, your toes. Express gratitude to yourself for taking this time. Express gratitude to your higher self for supporting you in this process. And express gratitude to your guides, your ancestors who are supporting you. And as you bring yourself out of this activity, you may have specific messages or feelings. It's smart to write them down right away so that you remember them. And let's take one more deep breath in. And go ahead and open your eyes. All right, I'm going to unmute. If you do have background noise, if you can press mute again, that'd be great. So anything interesting come up during, or any interesting feelings? There was a lot of sensitivity and sensual type feelings, like really connecting. So what did you notice during meditation? Anyone have anything interesting you want to share?
I had an interesting thing happen when you were talking about the roots. And I've heard this before, you know, rooting into the earth and all of that. But when you were saying root into the earth and for everything you need, the experiences, the knowledge, all of that, I definitely felt a big shift. I never thought of rooting to the earth to connect more than just connection, but connecting to a stronger wisdom, not just a connection itself, which was, I always used it as just a connection, but today it's like, oh yeah, I can plug in and get more info, not just be plugged in.
It's true, because all information is contained within the earth, right?
Right.
Like you said, it's the history. And even plants, like scientists have discovered that plants learn from each other through the root system. And so it's best to have multiple plants, like different types of trees in a forest or something, because they learn from each other. And we're the same way, that we can gain knowledge and wisdom through that connection. And I mean, it really does create a network, right? Like if you look at roots, there's like networked out in all different directions. And that needs to be how we see ourselves too, is that we're networked and attracting the nutrients, the resources, whatever it is that we need.
And we are connected and we learn from each other. And that's an interesting observation that you bring up, because both of my daughters are in the scientific field. One's entomology and one's going to med school, but they both have referenced that study and how all of the plants communicate along this intricate network of their, I think it's deeper than the roots. I think it's something else, but they're all connected and they do learn and they do communicate, and it's extremely fascinating.
It is.
And we're the same way, but we have the ability to block it out. That's our issue, and we need to open up and allow that information to come in.
Exactly. Touche. Very good points. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have anything interesting or any interesting senses as we were going through this? Any other comments or questions before we wrap up then?
Let's see.
It's so weird having everyone on phones today. I usually have seen people and all I see is names.
My grandson broke my camera and I cannot figure out how to get it back on. I've tried everything.
Oh no.
I know. I guess I could have used my phone. I didn't think about that, but
There's always next time.
yeah.
All right, well, I want to thank you all for being here. I hope you do something special to honor this day. I thought it was interesting because
We just did.
I know, but in addition to that,
I know.
today, how's that?
Okay.
You know, being May the 4th, May the 4th be with you. I thought that was kind of funny because Uranus is really expanding our intuition. So I hope that, you know, you really tune into that and use this meditation as a launching pad to really stay tied into your higher senses, because you'll be able to navigate your life so much easier than staying in your ego mind. So really tune into your senses and what you feel is most important in the moment. For those of you that want to stay on the call, we're going to talk briefly about what essential oils you're attracted to with this new moon, and as well as I can talk more in depth about some of the oils that I spoke about earlier. And if you have questions that didn't get answered, please reach out to me. If you didn't get a chance, please join the Good Vibe Money 7-day challenge starting next week. And it is a precursor to Good Vibe Money program that will launch shortly after that. As I mentioned, I love teaching people about money because it is an energy, and it's not just about money. I find that people will shift other elements of their life as a result of focusing on one specific element, specifically money. So if you're interested in getting more abundance and money and wealth in your life, then you'll definitely want to tune in next week for that. Thank you all for joining me. I look forward to having you on an upcoming call. Actually, next Saturday, we're going to do a call with Jason at noon. Jason is my crazy, titillating tarot, off the charts type guy. So if you haven't ever had a chance to listen to us, I'm just going to give the precursor, the caveat that he can be very graphic and drops a lot of F-bombs, but has a heart of gold and is an amazing tarot card reader. So we will have that show taking place on the 11th at noon Eastern time, and you'll get an email about that as well. So again, questions or comments, you have anything come up, please let me know. And if not, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Can I say something real quick about money? You were mentioning the money talk and people's relationship to money. And one thing I personally notice, I'm not like any kind of specialist in any field, but one thing I've noticed about people with money is their relationship to money typically mirrors their relationship to themselves. So the better your relationship to yourself, the better your relationship to money.
So true with everything in our lives, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Very good point.
But they get mad at the money, and it's like, wait a minute, don't look at the effect, look for the cause.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's called blame.
Right.
All right, for those that want to stay on the call for essential oils, please do so. The rest of you can hop off. And again, happy new moon. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I want to get back into, there's only a few of us